back to Rugged Mountain Homestead. My name is Sarah, and I just want to take a quick minute and say thank you for your patience. And I know it's been a little bit since our last video. I think it's been about 2 weeks. We were out of town, and at the end of this video I'm actually going to include some clips and some scenery from that trip. We hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving and you are enjoying getting ready for the holidays again. Today I'm going to talk to you about Fire Cider. A lot of you may already know what this is and some may not. Fire Cider is basically a tonic that you can take in the winter. You could take it all year, but it's very beneficial in the winter time to fight off colds, coughs, any type of little thing like that. And once you have it fixed, you usually take 1 to 2 ounces. I take it in the evening before going to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and make some for us, and I'm going to get Dean started on the regimen as well. So let's go ahead and make some fire cider. I've gone ahead and chopped up the ingredients, and everything is kind of a rough chop. And I say to do that to make it easier on yourself, because if you make things too complicated or, chop this finely, mince this, you're not going to try it because everyone's busy, and it's better sometimes to get things done than to have them perfect. So I have my little recipe here, and the first thing is ginger root. I get the organic ginger root in the store because I don't grow it. And so you're going to have a piece about this size. I chopped it in half and just kind of gave it a rough peel, and then I grated it. And about half of a piece gives you this bit right here. Then you're going to want to rough chop a medium onion, 3 garlic cloves, and 1 jalapeno pepper. I have also taken a lemon and an orange. I have squeezed half of the lemon and half of the orange in here. You can see that there's some pulp in here. That's perfectly fine, just adds to it. And I've sliced some pieces off the lemon and the orange, and they will go in there as well. So let's go ahead, and I have a little bit of juice in the bottom, like I said, lemon and orange. And so I'm going to take the ginger root and just put it in there. My chopped garlic. Now, I did all this on a plate because I'm filming it. Normally, I would just chop it on my chopping block and dump it in there. Doesn't take near as long. Since these are bigger pieces, I'm going to put them down in there. 1 rough cut medium onion. And 1 jalapeno pepper. I do take the membrane and the seeds out. And just a fair bit of warning or a reminder to some. Once you've chopped everything and you've handled it, don't put your hands up to your face. The oils from the garlic, the ginger, and the jalapeno are very strong. And I made that mistake, and my bottom lip still feels like it's vibrating. Okay. So then we're also going to take turmeric, and I don't have any turmeric root, so I'm just going to use what I have on hand, which is ground turmeric. And take 1 teaspoon. Roughly 1 teaspoon. And a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I do not have a fresh cayenne pepper, so I will use the ground cayenne powder. And just to me, that seems like a lot for a quart jar. A lot of times you might see people making this in a half-gallon jar, and I have done that in the past, but now it's just the two of us here, and so I'm only going to make a quart. Taking it an ounce or two at a time in a quart jar, you have plenty of fire cider. So now I'm going to take some raw apple cider vinegar. It's important to have the raw apple cider vinegar because it has the mother in there, and the mother is just strains of good bacteria. You can think of it basically as a probiotic. And I'm going to pour the apple cider vinegar over everything here. You can smell that. All right, didn't use it all. Always good to have a little bit left. So now that I've filled it to like the 1 inch from the lid mark, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my lemons and push them down. Because they will help. I've got a little bit too much. They will help keep everything kind of immersed under the apple cider vinegar because it's going to ferment. Then place the oranges on top. That'll also add some great vitamin C in there. And just kind of make this fit in. There we go. And you can kind of see with that one exception of that little tiny piece of garlic, it holds everything under the vinegar. You want everything to stay submerged because we want it to ferment, not mold, not get any slimy stuff on top. Then I'm going to drop in some cinnamon. I have just broken up some pieces. I think this was 3 sticks. And cinnamon is really, really good for upset stomach, colds, flus. It fights infection and reduces inflammation. A lot of these ingredients do that. Of course, you know, like ginger helps with nausea, and onion is an expectorant. I have a hard time saying that word. Jalapeno gives your body a warming effect. Some people use horseradish for that. I can't do that. It makes my eyes water and just, I can't do it. It's too much for me. So I use the jalapeno, of course, and the cayenne. And once you get everything in there, you just want to give it a quick little stir. That's just me, I stir everything. Okay. And then I take a piece of cheesecloth. This is very important. And I take the band, not the lid, just the band, and put over here. Some people do use their lid, but you have to burp it every single day if you do. I don't trust myself always not to get busy, so I put a piece of cheesecloth over it, put the band on, that way nothing gets into my fire cider, but then my jar doesn't explode with all the gases because I forgot to burp it one day. So then you're just gonna go ahead and stick it on your counter, put a towel over it. Doesn't need sunlight or anything like that, just put a towel over it. As long as you don't have a lid on it, you can forget about it for 4 weeks. And that's why I leave it like that. In 4 weeks, you're gonna come back and we're gonna strain this. Everything that's in here, We're going to pour it through a colander, and then we are just going to put all the liquid back in to the mason jar. All your strained items are going to be out and just kind of put aside. At that time, you're going to sweeten it with honey, and that's just sweetened to taste. I use a rather good bit amount of honey. I'm very fortunate here that I do know a local beekeeper, and I'm able to get local honey, which will help with allergens in our area. But you also want to sweeten it to taste, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. This is some strong flavors in here, and especially apple cider vinegar too. Even though it has some fruit in there and some cinnamon, when you have a jalapeno and cayenne pepper and apple cider vinegar, it's pretty strong. So you're going to filter it through a colander, put all the liquid back in here, and then just put in honey to taste. Continue to stir until it's all combined. Then you can put your lid on it. Label it Fire Cider, the date that you finished it, and stick it in your fridge. And then every evening or morning, however you want to do it, you can take 1 to 2 ounces. I usually use a shot glass size, and just fill it up and take it, and it really does help. It helps so that you don't have to fight the crud. You can keep the crud away. And I'm all about being proactive rather than reactive. So I hope you've learned something. I hope you'll try it, and let me know how it turns out for you. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen this evening, and I'll catch you on the next one.